Lads, it's Sim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As well, it's Monday, March 28th, 2022, and we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Now, as far as just an episode of Raw goes, I like tonight's Raw. Thought it was a good Raw. But as like the go home to get you extra hyped up for WrestleMania, I feel like it lacked a little bit there. I felt like it was just a little under there as far as being a good go home show. Being a good Raw, yeah, I thought it was a pretty dang good Raw. But as far as a go home for WrestleMania, especially, I feel like they may have slightly missed the mark on, hey, let's hype everybody up for Mania. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't talk about WrestleMania a lot. I'm not saying they didn't do their diligence on Monday or Sunday matches, Saturday matches. Hey, let's talk about them again at the end of the show. But it was just like, if you're trying to build our hype for the shows, I liked the Stone Cold Bob with the Ball video, but I don't think I can get more hyped for the KO show thing than I already am, if you know what I mean. So it's just like, cool. I'm excited for that show, that match, that segment, whatever it's going to be. And I can't get more excited for it. But there's other things, like they did McIntyre with Corbin and Moss tonight. And I'm just like, why are they even doing this? Like, it did nothing to tell me, hey, you should be more excited for this match. But with that, again, I thought as an episode of Raw, it was really good. As a go-home show for WrestleMania or even any pay-per-view, a little average to okay. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can be like New Jeffrey recently was and subscribe with Amazon Prime. Because remember, if you say, I don't got the money to pay you, but I want to support you, and I pay for Amazon Prime, whether that's Prime Shipping or Prime Video, you take that Prime account, you take that Twitch account, you link them together, bada bing, bada boom, your Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things, like free games. The free game right now is, one of the free games actually right now, is Madden 22, and it also gives you free stuff for games like Madden 22, Grand Theft Auto Online, Valorant, Fall Guys, and so forth. And the one thing, it always gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you use that one subscription right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But also remember, it doesn't have to be your Twitch account. It could be a Twitch account for your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your dog walker, your landlord, your mechanic, your grandma's sister-in-law. You know what I mean? Be for anybody. Doesn't just have to be your account. You link it to your Twitch, tell them, hey, it doesn't cost you anything extra to help me out. Please help me out. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there as well with a super chat or a super sticker donation. Remember, all super chats do get read live on the air. Also, remember, if you hit that donate button down below, not the donate button, but the join button down below, you can become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Plus, if you say, yeah, but I don't want to support YouTube and give YouTube any money, don't worry about it. Head over to patreon.com/PW Unlimited. You can help us out over there. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. And, well, buy a game. Whether that's a brand new game like Sifu or an older game like Grand Theft Auto Online or just Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever you're trying to get, you can help us out. You can support us. And all you got to do is put in that creator code on the right-hand side right before you click checkout, right before you click confirm. They'll ask you for a creator code. You put in that creator code PW Unlimited. But with that, like I stated, Monday Night Raw was a good Raw, but not the greatest go-home shows. Also, this podcast is brought to you by Hellofresh. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As far as Raw does go, Brock Lesnar actually kicked off tonight's show. I need a drink. My mouth's getting dry. Oh, snap. Should have grabbed a fresh one before I started. Oh, well, let's go. So as far as tonight's show does go, again, Brock Lesnar opened up the show. They also told us Michael Cole will be on commentary, so we had a four-man booth the entire night, which you would think is going to get a little disjointed and convoluted. It was fine. I actually thought it was really fine. But Lesnar was all smiles and welcomed everybody to Monday Night Raw. He admitted it kind of sucked having to stay the line. He said what didn't suck, handing out country ass kickings. Lesnar spoiled his plan for WrestleMania. Basically, Roman Reigns would take a trip to Suplex City and a carnival ride on the F5. The crowd started chanting "what?" heavily, and Lesnar happily invited them to keep on going with the "what" chant. He even named Steve Austin and noted that Austin never beat him. Lesnar said their journey would end with a marriage between the WWE and Universal Championships, and he would have sole custody. Lesnar exclaimed that he would leave WrestleMania the unified champion. I thought this wasn't one of Brock's best. He's done better promos, but it wasn't horrible. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, hey, if I got to find some flaw, Brock's done better promos in the past, more recently. Next up, we had The Miz coming out for his match with Rey Mysterio as the commentary team ran down all the matches on tonight's show. Mr. Bangs in the Twitch chat says, I didn't know SmackDown is in Dallas on Friday. Yes. So they're SmackDown Hall of Fame, American Airlines Center on Friday. Then Saturday morning, NXT Stand and Deliver in the American Airlines Center. Then we got WrestleMania at AT&T on Saturday and Sunday night. And then Monday, Raw in Dallas as well. So they got 4 straight nights in Dallas and 2 shows at AT&T. 1, 2, 3, 4 shows at American Airlines Center. So Miz's entrance ends and they start introducing, or Miz says that he's got a special guest, someone that'll be wearing Rey Mysterio's mask. It's Lucha Logan. Logan Paul would enter wearing Rey Mysterio's mask that Miz stole from him last week. Miz complained about not getting respect, so he planned to take it. He also planned on taking Mysterio's mask tonight, so then he and Logan Paul can both walk out wearing masks at WrestleMania. Rey and Dominic would then come out, and Dominic would immediately attack The Miz. Dominic, that is, went after Logan Paul, but the referee held him back and tossed him out of the ringside area. Said, nope, can't stay here for the match. Cole also mentioned that Dominic doesn't wear a mask because, well, he hasn't earned it yet. Rey doesn't feel like he's earned the right to wear a mask. They're like, yeah, Rey got his mask when he was 17, yet Dominic's, almost 25? How old's Dominic Mysterio? Dominic Mysterio. 24. It'll be 24. Oh, birthday's 2 days after mine. Dominic's birthday's next Tuesday. Interesting. I did not know that. I did not know we were both early April kids. So, Dominic kicked out of ringside, but Logan Paul got to stay. Match went about 5.5 minutes. Rey won with a roll-up. Not too much happened other than a lot of running around. Like, there was just a lot of running around and running away, which is really weird. And Rey ended up winning with a roll-up. Just randomly, too. Like, Miz went for a rebound powerbomb, and then Rey reversed it into a roll-up, and all of a sudden the match was over. And I go, oh, that was it? Okay. Dominic then ran right back out, shoved Paul into the middle ropes. Mysterio tried to go for the 619. He escaped. Rey managed to take the mask back, though. Mysterios then gave Miz a double 619, and they each landed frog splashes on him as well. I do want to thank Jack Dawson for the member subscription for 24 months. He says, keep up the good work, Tim. Really do appreciate all the support. Thank you for renewing your subscription here on YouTube. Later clip, John Cena winning his first world title against JBL at WrestleMania 21 in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. No longer the Staples Center. It's still weird, but it's the Crypto.com Arena. It's still weird. It's been February, March, 3 months, and it's still weird not calling it Staples. So, they also aired a video that Veer Mahan will be on Raw next week, the most important Raw of the year. There's a package featuring Seth Rollins and his failures to earn a spot at WrestleMania. They even added clips of Paul, Johnny Knoxville, and Pat McAfee all claiming their spots. Then we got the video that they actually put on social media earlier today. It was the meeting between Seth and Vince. Seth shows up to Vince's office at the WWE headquarters. And Seth actually showed up like 6:57 a.m. and for some reason, even though Vince asked him to be there at 9. Vince was surprised that Rollins failed so many times to try to get to WrestleMania, and then goes, "That's a lot of failures. If you wanted to be at WrestleMania, why didn't you just ask me?" And Seth's like, "Wait, I could have just asked? No, really? And he's like, "Yeah." And then Seth's like, "Well, I thought you were bringing me here to like fine me or suspend me or fire me or something like that." And he's like, No. What are we calling WrestleMania this year? And Seth's like, stupendous? And Vince is like, exactly. And we can't have a stupendous 2-night WrestleMania without Seth freaking Rollins. He's like, so you will be at WrestleMania. And Seth's like, what? I'm going to be at WrestleMania? Yes. Oh, right. Wait, who's my opponent? And Vince goes, well, your opponent is going to be somebody of my choosing. But you won't know who that is until you're in the ring and they are getting announced. And Seth's like, I'm cool with that. Yep. And he starts strutting around and dancing around Vince's office, and he jumps up on Vince's table after Vince had already told him, get your feet off my table. The crowd was slightly chanting for Cody, and I think there was a Nightmare reference in this segment as well. They had a 1-on-2 handicap match. It was Omos against SmackDown's The Viking Raiders. And Omos won in 51 seconds due to a countout. Like what? Yeah. Eric got clotheslined, rolled out of the ring, and never got back in. Despite Ivar trying to help him. Like, huh? This made no sense whatsoever. After the match, Omos dropped Ivar with a kick, and he played dead. Kevin Patrick then interviewed Omos and asked him what's next. Like, no one's ever been able to defeat you. Heck, no one's ever been able to knock you off your feet. And Omos is like, there's no one that can defeat me. And then, out comes the former WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. Crowd goes wild. They go nuts. Lashley looked at the sign, pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Omos then shoves him. Lashley fought back, and Omos briefly got the better until Lashley knocked him down with his running shoulder tackle. The crowd chanted for Lashley. The announcers claimed that this was the first time Omos has been knocked off his feet. Technically, he was. He kind of like got knocked off his feet and then rolled right out of the ring, stood right back up. It was then announced later that this match will be happening at WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley will be going one-on-one with Omos. So yeah, Bobby Lashley versus Omos will be happening. And let me double check what night that is. I didn't see. I didn't see what night that's taking place on, but I do have it right here. Did they announce it? Sunday. Bobby Lashley versus Omos, WrestleMania Sunday. Next up, we just had some bad acting all around. Bad acting all around. So Reggie's like, so we see these two hands holding hands. And they zoom out, and it's Reggie and Dana Brooke. And Reggie's like, we could have a big moment at WrestleMania, but I can't wait. There's no time better than now. And he gets down on one knee. He's like, I got to ask you a question. And Dana Brooke's like, no way. Oh, my God, Reg. Reg. He's like, I can't wait till WrestleMania to have a WrestleMania moment. How about we do it right now? What do you say? And he pulls out He doesn't even say, will you marry me? He just says, what do you say? And he pulls out a diamond ring, and Dana Brooke's like, yes, yes. But before they can embrace, Brooke was attacked by Tamina. Tamina tried to pin her after knocking down both Dana Brooke and Reggie. Reggie pulled Tamina off of Dana, and they ran off. Tozawa then approached wearing a suit. So she looks at him, she goes, why are you dressed like that? And he goes, I heard Reggie was going to propose tonight, so pulls a ring out of his suit, out of his jacket, and he's just standing there like this. And she's like, okay, what do you think I'm going to say? Yes? And she puts her hand out, and they do a thing where they couldn't get the ring on, so he licks the ring, and he looped it up to get it on her finger. And then they look like they're going to kiss, and then they, like, dance off. And then you see Truth watching, and Truth goes, this gives me an idea. Huh. A holy matrimony. Something like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Next up, Roman Reigns came out with the Usos and Paul Heyman. This was, again, not his best. Both Brock and Roman didn't seem like they were their best promos tonight. So, Cole said that Reigns hasn't been pinned or submitted since 2019. And this weekend will be the 6th time that he's main eventing a WrestleMania. They also said that he hasn't been on Raw in 6 months. Reigns said that he ran Monday Night Raw until Fox called and begged him to go save their show. The crowd started giving him the what chant, and Roman couldn't take it. He's like, don't do that, because I'll smash Steve Austin too. Reigns said that he's done it all, except beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. And that pisses him off. Crowd then chants for the Suplex City. Reigns recalled getting busted open by Lesnar at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. He said, Brock, you saying that you coming for blood? You already got my blood. Got my blood in 2018. Busted me open right here on my hairline and right here on the top of my head. My kids couldn't recognize me because of it. My father doubted me. The whole family was disappointed. And as he said that, he looked at the Usos. He said Reigns said he got his receipt by taking Lesnar's blood at WrestleMania or at Madison Square Garden. His final move would be taking Lesnar's title. Quote, I'm going to make it personal because it's always been personal to me. I thought it was good, but not his best work. It seemed a little too, I don't want to say scripted, but a little too, he was trying too hard with the voice. He's like, I'm going to make it personal because it's always been personal to me. Like he was trying to be a little too Hollywood with it. Queen Zelina and Carmella did a photo shoot with their titles and whatnot. Talked about last week. And then up comes Shayna Baszler and Natalya. We issued them a warning. Basically said, we'll make you tap. Maybe we won't even let you make it to WrestleMania. They announced that Rick and Scott Steiner will be going into the Hall of Fame. Included clips of Scott as the WCW World Champion as well. They showed them as a tag team in WCW, as a tag team in WWF. And they showed Scott, which I didn't expect to see, but they showed Scott as the WCW World Champion. Cool. Big Papa Pump Holly, if you hear me. They had an 8.5-minute, 8-woman tag team match. Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan against Natalya, Shayna Baszler, the tag team champions, Queen Zelina and Carmella. Not much happened in this match. That's a lot of WWE recently. A lot of long matches, but not much to actually review and talk about because not much really happened. So the heels worked over Sasha Banks through a break. They couldn't get along, so then Banks managed to tag out. Banks, Naomi, and Morgan each hit Zelina with their move before Ripley hit her with the Riptide and picked up the victory. And at some point, Carmella was outside with Corey Graves and, doing their shtick. Then we got an awesome video package for Stone Cold Steve Austin, a little career retrospective. They played Ball with the Ball. I saw one person online going, they could have used any other song. And I'm like, any other song? Any? Like Boulevard of Broken Dreams? No. I thought Ball with the Ball was perfect for this video package. Hyping up Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it felt like a 2001, 2002 WWE, not just because the song is from back then, but it just had the feel of an old school WWE video package to hype up a wrestler, hype something up. And this, like I said, didn't get me more hyped, because I can't be more hyped than I already am for Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, because I think that's going to be whatever it is, great. But I thought the video package itself was just tremendous. Perfect, great. Owens then came out and called the video incredible, an incredible tribute, and said nobody did videos like this, like the WWF or the WWE. However, nothing could compare to his Austin tribute last week. People accused him of mocking Austin. The crowd started yelling, "What?" So Owens did his own what to himself. Owens mentioned again that the KO show would be the main event on WrestleMania Saturday. And here's the thing we got to talk about. Okay, so we had been hearing Ronda Charlotte main event going on last. But now I'm under the impression Kevin Owens and Steve Austin are going on last on Sunday. Not only do they keep calling this the main event, but on Peacock. Actually, let me pull this up. This is actually something I should pull up. On Peacock, when you go to the WWE section, right? Nothing's wanting to show the screens here, but right here. Night 1, the image is Kevin Owens, Steve Austin. Night 2 is Brock and Roman, but you click into it, it's not Ronda Charlotte. No. It's Austin Owens. That leads me to believe this could be the last thing we see of the night. Because it says right here, the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania begins. Stone Cold Steve Austin confronts Kevin Owens. Ronda Rousey battles Charlotte Flair. So it's like, I think Kevin Austin, that's going on last. That's going on last, I think, to be honest. Also, I didn't mention it earlier, but it was officially announced Seth, and whatever his match is, Cody Rhodes, of course, going on Saturday. Give me 1 second, guys. My daughter's trying to call me. Text her and tell her that we're live. All right, we're good. All right, so again, I think Kevin Owens, Steve Austin is going to be the main event, the final thing of the night. And Seth and, I'm 99.99999% sure it's Cody, also on Saturday. So Owens said that Austin looked and sounded like Stone Cold, but he wasn't going to pick a fight with him because he couldn't. He's like, Stone Cold isn't coming to WrestleMania. Steve is. You're just going to see Steve. Owens says he was happy to give Austin that one final send-off that he deserves on the KO show. Owens admitted that he hated beer, but he was willing to have one with Austin. He was willing to toast one with Steve. Before the torch gets passed and he becomes the new Stone Cold. He said that he is the real master of the stunner. Quote, Owens 316 says, my stunner is better than yours. Owens warned Austin that if he tried to get funny with him, he'd have a stunner with Steve's name on it. Quote, and that's the bottom line because KO said so. I thought Owens was great here, as he's been for weeks setting up this match with Austin. Kevin Owens has been on another level good in these promos and all this stuff building up to the Austin match, because it's kind of hard having to build up to something with nobody to actually play off of. He's got to be out here cutting these promos almost to nobody. And for him to be doing these as well as he is, kudos to him. They talked about SmackDown on Friday. Ricochet will defend the IC title against both Angel and Humberto. And we got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Speaking of Intercontinental Champion Ricochet, He lost to Austin Theory here in 1 minute and 45 seconds. As this match was going on, crowd was chanting, "We want Pat," for Pat McAfee, because he's actually from Pittsburgh, even though he lives in Indianapolis. And yeah, the match was going fine. Ricochet went to the top, got crotched. Theory then hit him with the ATL, and it was all said and done in under 2 minutes. The Intercontinental Champion loses in 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? You beat the Intercontinental Champion Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days before he's defending his belt. This could have been anybody. Why did it have to be Ricochet? This could have been Shelton Benjamin. This could have been Cedric Alexander. This could have been anybody. But no, they had to be Ricochet. I'm shocked it wasn't Finn again, to be completely honest. Then they spoke about Triple H's retirement and what Triple H means to them. Michael Cole and Corey Graves both said they wouldn't be here doing commentary if it wasn't for Triple H. Which, I don't know what Triple H had to do with Michael Cole's commentary career, but Corey Graves, yes. Triple H was the one that said, hey, if he can't wrestle, I'll put him on commentary. So, next up, we had a very good segment. Bianca Bel-Air and Becky Lynch. This was great. This was great. I guess you could say if something did get me more excited and more intrigued for WrestleMania, then it was probably this. Because now I'm kind of like, are they going a little bit of a different direction than we thought? I'll talk about what I think there here in a moment. So, Bianca came out and said her existence threatened Becky Lynch, and that's why she acted the way she did. That's why Lynch attacked her and why she insulted her week after week. Bel-Air congratulated Lynch on taking her out for 1 whole week, but now she was back, feeling like she never left. Even though she started the segment saying, my throat's still sore and I shouldn't be talking. Then she's just out here screaming, yelling, whatever. But everything Lynch tried to stop her has failed. And Becky's got nothing left. Coming for her on Saturday, and then out came Becky Lynch. Lynch would actually try to attack from behind, and Bianca saw it coming. Bel-Air put the boots to Becky, but turned her back, and Lynch yanked her down by the hair. Lynch attacked with a steel chair. Lynch then grabbed a bag with a big old pair of scissors, grabbed the braid in like a disarmer position, and tried to cut the hair, but Bianca lifted her up for a KOD. Officials and referees came down. Bianca then grabbed her again and hit her with another KOD, and then grabbed the scissors. Bianca then went over and started cutting chunks out of Becky's hair, just cutting and cutting and cutting before the officials finally got her off. Becky played this up great as far as when she realized what had happened. She's like, my hair. What? My hair. And she's going nuts and she's going crazy and she's just, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? And the crowd's sitting here chanting, you deserve it. This was a really good segment. This was really good. Becky's freak out was great. I really like this. The announcers then ran down the card for WrestleMania Saturday, and then Becky was in the back when Sarah Schreiber would have come up. And Sarah Schreiber tried to interview Becky. She threw down the mic. She got into the camera and said, Bianca, you bitch! And then walked off. I think if one of them is willing to cut their hair or shave it or whatever, hair versus hair or hair versus title. If Bianca wins, she gets the belt. If Becky wins, she gets to cut the hair. Or you do hair versus hair, and if Bianca wins, she gets to cut Becky's hair and gets the belt or whatever. So, and per WWE booking, if we always look at what WWE usually does on the go-home show, usually whoever's losing 90% of the time is the one standing tall. Yet I believe Bianca's going to win, yet she was the one standing tall at the end of the segment. So I don't know which way this match is going, to be 100% frank. Then I got a video of Corbin and Moss telling some jokes at McIntyre's expense, and there was one joke at Corbin's expense that didn't really hit. They had another handicap match. It was 1-on-2. Drew McIntyre. He defeated Baron Corbin, or Happy Corbin, and Madcap Moss in just under 2 minutes. After one lockup didn't go his way, Corbin tagged out to Moss. McIntyre had his way. with Moss and chucked him into the corner so Corbin couldn't tag in. Corbin then left. McIntyre then gave Moss a Claymore and picked up the victory. Corbin then attacked McIntyre from behind after the match and laid him out with the end of days. Corbin then grabbed McIntyre's sword and left with Moss. So, yeah. One second to send a message here. All right. So, Corbin grabbed McIntyre's sword, left with Moss. See where this goes on SmackDown. Edge then cut a promo from a dark room. He's in a closet just like Aleister Black used to be. He had a table in front of him. Edge said that AJ Styles would have a match for the ages on Sunday, but Styles' fate was already sealed. This match keeps getting moved around. Originally, it was announced for Sunday. Then it got moved to Saturday. Now it's Sunday again. Okay, cool. Instead of the placed a ring or something on the scale, which tipped to his side. Edge chucked before. What did I write here? Edge stared into the camera and laughed. Yeah, I don't know what I wrote here. I wrote something weird. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, this was not that great of a segment. After the break, Sarah Schreiber asked AJ Styles about Edge's previous promo there. Styles thought that Edge has changed and figured Edge was trying to get into his head. Edge wants the pit bull, but he's going to get much worse. Styles planned on giving Edge a beating that nobody would ever forget. Give me one. The announcers then ran down the card for WrestleMania Sunday, when out would come Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura to watch the main event. But before we talk about the main event, I want to talk about our sponsor. That's Hellofresh. The link for you guys in the live chat as well. You click on that link and use my code, you can get up to 16 free meals. Use code POGSE3465 to get up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes, plus free shipping on your first box. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each and every week to help you break out of your recipe rut. HelloFresh offers a wide variety of quick and easy recipes, including 20-minute meals, easy cleanup, and low prep options. HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients mean, well, less prep time and less wasted food. If you're somebody that you're trying to make a meal off of a recipe and you go, uh-oh, I've got a quarter of this onion still left. What do I do with it? Well, this will give you exactly what you need per the recipe you're working off of. Again, use code POGSE3465 and get up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts across your 6 HelloFresh boxes, plus free shipping on your first box when you use the link in the chat right now. HelloFresh, an easier, better, quicker way for your dinner options. As we move forward, we got our main event. 15.5-minute match that ends in a goddamn DQ. Damn. And this match was great. This match was fantastic until the end. So they went to a break about a minute into the match after Orton and Riddle each dropped an Uso on the announce table. Orton fought off Jimmy Uso and tagged in Riddle after the break. Riddle handed out suplexes before hitting Jay with a senton for a 2. Jay responded with a Samoan drop, though, and got a 2 of his own. Usos took control and tossed Riddle over the barricade into the timekeeper's area, leading to yet another break. Usos remained in control after the break, though, until Riddle hit Jay with a running knee. Riddle made the hot tag to Orton, who gave Jimmy a power slam. Jay tried a schoolboy, but Orton gave him a power slam too. Riddle wiped out Jimmy with a dive as Orton gave Jay a draping DDT, and Michael Cole said, "I've been wanting to say this for a while, vintage Randy Orton." As Orton psyched up for an RKO, the Street Profits would run out and attack. And I go, baby faces though. Baby faces don't do this. The baby faces, though. This is not what a baby face does. What the hell? Nakamura and Boogs then jumped in the ring and attacked as well. The Usos cleared everyone from the ring. As Montez Ford set up for a frog splash on Orton, Riddle gave Angelo Dawkins an RKO. Riddle then hoisted up Ford he threw Ford up, and then Orton hit him with an RKO. Orton and Riddle assisted each other in handing out additional RKOs to Ford and Dawkins. Orton and Riddle posed for the crowd as the announcers ran down the big matches for both nights of WrestleMania, and the show went off the air. So, very cool. Howard says, ATM Hellofresh is not linked to Twitch chat. Actually, the link is there. I just clicked it myself to double check. The link is there, and it takes you straight to the Hellofresh website. I will give you the link again. Click that right there, Hot Rod Bubba. Yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. I thought it was as an episode of Raw, a really good episode of Raw. As a go-home show for a pay-per-view, especially WrestleMania, I thought it could have been better. I really did. I really, really did. But with that, that's what I thought of tonight's Raw. Now it's time to find out what you guys thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw. Remember, you can put a super chat in the YouTube live chat, or you can text in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. But before we go to the text, gotta check the polls. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 100% liked tonight's Raw. As far as the Twitter poll, 37% liked tonight's Raw, 37% thought it was just all right, and 25.9% did not like tonight's Raw. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 70% liked the show, 27% thought it was just all right, and 2% did not like tonight's Raw. As far as the text messages do go, Oscar says, I loved the Fatal 4-Way great matches tonight. What Fatal? There's a Fatal 4-Way on Raw? Did I miss something? Hold on. What Fatal 4-Way? Did I miss something? There was no Fatal 4-Way on tonight's Raw. Anywho, go to the next text message. First says, who do you see winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on Friday? That's a good question. Heck, give it to Finn, United States champion, or Damian Priest. This person's asking me for my WrestleMania predictions. Not doing that tonight. I should be doing those, if everything goes according to plan, Wednesday morning. This person's just asking what I thought about Seth's meeting with Vince. Already talked about that. I thought it was a great segment. Person says, I liked Raw tonight. Will you be watching Evil Peacock? What you think about Raw tonight? Do you think Cody Rhodes return to WrestleMania? I liked Raw. I think Cody, I'm 99.9% sure he's coming back at WrestleMania. And I've already seen all of Evil on Peacock. Great show. Fantastic. If you haven't watched WWE Evil on Peacock, fantastic. Go watch it. Production value is great. A lot of the stories you already know, but I learned a couple things in each episode that I actually didn't really quite know. And the last one says, who do you think wins the WrestleMania between Bobby and Omos? I'll give you that on Wednesday, Bubba. I'll give you that on Wednesday. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Like I said, Wednesday morning we should be live doing our WrestleMania predictions. If it all goes according to plan, it'll be me and a special guest who you guys have seen plenty of times here on PW Unlimited. So with that, have a great rest of your Monday night. I'll see you Wednesday for WrestleMania predictions and AEW Dynamite. Have a good one, guys. All right, if you're